2014 in Berlin. I got Mr. Litkouhi from General Motors Research and Development here with me. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
We'll talk about autonomous driving and the future of ADAS. Introduce yourself.
I'm Bakhtiar Litkouhi. I'm a manager for perception and vehicle control systems at GM R&D in North America.
Okay, that was a long trip to come here.
Yes, it was.
Has it been worth it?
The first time I attended we.CONECT, and I found it interesting. It's a good spectrum of people with different backgrounds, from academia to suppliers and to OEMs, and even some startup companies and so on. So it was interesting to get that different points of view of people. Some of them we are more familiar with in terms of like suppliers and all that, but as a whole, it's good to see what people think about this whole important area.
It is important.
Yeah.
Is there actually a way around autonomous driving?
Autonomous driving is a vision, and we always move towards vision. And the important part in our mindset, how we do it. A lot needs to be done, and a lot needs to be done carefully, at least from our point of view, before we get to that vision. So we look at it as an evolutionary process. And I mentioned yesterday, it's an evolutionary process, even though it will revolutionize the transportation.
It will.
Eventually, but that's years to come.
Okay, if we talk about the process of getting or closer to autonomous driving, I mean, there's steps that need to be taken. What's your perspective, and what's what attracted you to come here? How are you going forward with autonomous driving concretely?
Yeah, well, first of all, there's a slew of different type of people, as I mentioned, which is important to get. More interestingly, it's more European version, that the perspectives of Europeans and the OEMs or suppliers as well, to understand, how they see this whole area of activities or research and development. So that from that point of view, it was interesting to listen to others, to OEMs, European-based OEMs as well, to see how they see that. And there are a lot of commonalities when you look at it, and they do understand the challenges. In a way, they don't jump into driverless or autonomous type of vehicle. We feel as a whole more and more in tune in terms of understanding the challenges, both from technical, from legal, as Bryant mentioned, for example, and
what about social?
Regulations, social,
where the social aspects raised,
acceptability and all that. So it's interesting, looking at seeing people. Some people discussed kind of future, in a sense. We have autonomous vehicle. What should we do next? In our point of view, as it's a rather long time before we get there, we have a lot of work to do. So the interest is more with the next decade or so, what needs to be done.
Right. Did those things play a role for you before, or is there anything that was new at this conference?
Well, we are all at a point that ADAS functions, vehicle connectivity, vehicle electrification, they all come in more and more closer to one another. Each has their own its own path, but a lot of relevancy in terms of how one area can affect the others, or different areas of activity can leverage. So that seems to kind of get closer in terms of how these, in the 10, 15, 20 years from now, should come and play a role in terms of getting the work done, which can help in a more like synergistic way all the different activities, in the sense of how connectivity can help automation, how automation can help connectivity, and so on.
I think autonomous driving will actually benefit a lot of driving situations that we have right now and will have, and just take it further. Is there any guess on that, or any feeling?
Right now, we are looking at the elements and features and functions of automated driving. and we're putting the different pieces of the puzzle together in a sense.
Exactly.
And as we go and create these type of features and functions to the customer, we learn quite a bit in terms of what are the new responsibilities, new aspects of human-machine interface, legalities, and so on, which helps us more and more in terms of getting to the vision that we want. So I think this is the stage we are in right now, and that is important to fully understand what needs to be done and the lessons learned from as we get into first elements of automation, what sort of things we have to pay attention, and we have to do some of the legwork now for the future.
A lot of dynamic around this topic that we'll
Sure is.
experience in the future and that we've experienced in the past 2 days, and I'm
Yeah.
happy for it. And I want to see more of that. Yeah, and I think that was great.
All right.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks for the insights from
Sure.
your side.